a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor on a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start to make the house shake.
Let me just start off by saying,
I told y'all. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all.
I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. Everything that I said was going to happen happened. I told y'all I was back in my bag. There's no reason to doubt your girl. This is what I do for a living, folks. Come on. And I got some tea on the little teaser trailer that they did in the beginning of the episode about what's to come in part B of this final season. So make sure that you tap in for my spoiler review of the teaser trailer. But let's get into this week's All Tea All Shade Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 Episode 5 review. Remember that we won't get part B until September. I really don't know why they broke it up into halves, but whatever. I do believe that at the end of this season, or either at the end of Force Season 3, we'll get the news about a new show with Tommy, Tariq, and maybe Ghost. You heard it here first. But anyway, let's get into this review. So Tariq was at the club selling his cocaine. He was pouring up, drink, headshots, drink, throw it up, drink, drink. Like he was over there getting towed up, all right? He ended up leaving the little shindig with Anya, took her back to the crib and banged her back out. Brayden, little boo thing, we find out got sickle cell. And how we find that out is because it's early in the morning and she leaning over him trying to get some pills. And he was like, don't you think it's a little bit too early for that? And she was like, look at here, white boy, don't judge me. I got sickle cell, okay? I'm not a cokehead. I'm not an addict. This just helps with, the pain and things that I go through. And she says, when I do coke and stuff, that's what helps me with that too, or whatever. So now he was like, okay, my bad. I ain't never met nobody that got sickle cell. Cause she asked him not to tell anybody. He was like, I won't say anything to anybody. And basically now he's gone into protect mode when it comes to this little girl. So Monet at the crib making breakfast for the family, calling a family meeting. She wanted everybody to sit down and kumbaya, my lord. And Kane looking like, girl, you just had me trying to kill my brother and sister 2 hours ago. And now you want to sit down and act like we at the International House of Pancakes? Like, absolutely not, ma'am. He was like, y'all can act like y'all leave it to Beaver all y'all want to, but leave me out of it. All right. I ain't trying to make up with them and I don't want to make up with them. So he chucked them up the deuces. But before he goes, he tells Diana, he was like, oh, and congratulations, Diana's got a baby. Let me just tell you this, little girl, if you had that baby, it's going to be the biggest mistake that you have ever made. And that's when he dips. So Monet tells Drew and Diana that, Kane is somewhat right. We let Tariq in. He ruined stuff. Noma ruined stuff. She was like, we need to get back to family. We need to cut everybody else out and focus on us and get back to business with just the Tejadas. And Drew was like, absolutely not, girlfriend. I still don't with you. You still ain't admitted that you was wrong and that the way you raised us was up. And until then, I don't want to have to do with, peace. So then he leaves. And so Diana was like, after everything that just went down, like we was just trying to take each other out 5 seconds ago. Like maybe we're not going to be able to get things back to the way that they used to be. And leaves her mom and the French toast alone. But Monet made it clear to Diana that she wants the best for her grandbaby, for her, like, she's really invested in her child, in Diana's baby or whatever. And maybe it's her character feeling like she can redo things the right way with this baby. I don't know. So Tariq tells Brayden that he left with Anya the night before. He was like, Anya? He was like, what are you thinking? I thought we said that we was gonna leave this chick alone. Like, we already got enough on our plates, and you over here sleeping with the enemy. Like, what are you doing, bruh? But Tariq was like, look, I got even bigger news than that. Diana pregnant, and the baby's supposed to be mine. And Brayden was like, what in the is going on? Snap into a Slim Jim. Like, Jesus Christ. So after that, Noma is talking to Anya, who just not getting home, being gone all night because she done ditched her security. And as she's rifling through her purse, she ends up dropping a bag of Coke. And her mom was like, excuse me, did you literally just drop a baggie of Coke in front of me, Anya? What is this? What is this? And she was like, oh, girl, you sent me to boarding school my whole life. You think I ain't did a little Coke every now and then, girl? Get out of here. Now, mind you, she don't know what her mama do for a living. And that's surprising to me that she wouldn't know about her mama, especially since she be out here in the streets. But okay. So she was like, where did you get this from? And she was like, I was at a party at Stansfield, and everybody was passing around his party favors, girl. Get out of here. And so she looking like, who is selling at Stansfield? What the is going on? So now Noma is like, antennas up. Let me find out what's the deal. Drew ends up getting the opportunity to showcase his art, which is great for him. A part of me feels like Drew is not going to make it out in the end. I think that he might be able to show his artwork, and that'll be his legacy left behind. But I don't think that he's gonna make it out for some reason. I just don't know, but that's my prediction. I just don't see him riding off into the sunset, becoming the next Basquiat. I just don't see it. Tariq then pulls up on Diana at the candy store and asks her like about this baby situation. And he was like, look, we only smashed one time. So how you just gonna automatically say it's my baby because you was on old boy Salim? And she was like, well, the difference is me and him used the condom and me and you didn't. And he was like, oh, we like condoms don't break. And she was like, look, I hope you don't think somebody trying to trap you because you are not my ideal baby daddy. Like, please don't get it twisted, little bruh. She was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but when I do figure it out, I'll let you know. And walked off. And I like that she kind of got him together. Like, boy, ain't nobody thinking about you. Ain't nobody sweating you. Like, I can't do this by myself. Like, please don't get it twisted. I wonder, will they try to throw a monkey wrench in there and have it be Salim's baby? But I do think that they're going to end up having the baby be Tariq's though. And either two things are going to happen. Either at the end of this series, Diana's going to make it out with the baby still intact. Her and Tariq trying to make this co-parenting or a relationship work. And I say a relationship because later on in the episode when he hallucinates, and we'll talk about that later. But I think that they're either going to try to co-parent or be in a relationship with each other. And I think that that'll be how they leave Diana's storyline, going into possibly a new show with her and Tariq. Or I think that they'll pull a Holly situation and have her be unalived while pregnant and have Tariq go through what Tommy went through with losing somebody that he cared for and his baby all at once. And it be because of the lifestyle and the game and all of that stuff. And it's something that he'll carry with him forever as a regret. So I think that that's the two ways that they'll handle Diana's relationship and her storyline. Now, I said this season 1 of Power Book 2 Ghosts that they should have, or what I predicted would happen is that they should do Tariq and Diana getting together, Diana getting pregnant. And I said that they'll probably have a relationship like Tasha and Ghost, but the Tejadas and the St. Patrick's families would come together and work with each other. Like, I had this whole thing that I talked about. I'm gonna see if I can find the footage, but I talked about this season 1, and it's playing out exactly like I said it would.
I really feel like it's like I said, it's going to end up happening is that he really likes Lauren more than he likes Diana. And he's going to try to be with her. But like I said, when she finds out who he is, she going to sing like a canary and drop his like a bad habit. But what Monet told Diana about making a man need you is going to come in handy for her via the Tasha storyline, how Tasha made herself needy or available or ride or die to Ghost by taking his gun when they got pulled over by the police. And that's when he saw that she was, down for him. And what's going to end up happening, I believe, is like I said, he going to be with Lauren first. Lauren going to end up flaking on his ass when she find out who he is. Diana is going to be there, be his ride or die. He going to end up being with Diana and really joining the Tejada family via marriage. And he's going to become a part of that family the mob way, where he's going to get married in and have to end up marrying Diana. Diana gonna fuck around and get pregnant or some shit like that, and he gonna have to end up marrying her. Now, I don't know if he's going to be in love with her, just like Ghost wasn't in love with Tasha, but it's gonna be the same storyline because they recycling the same that they did with Tasha, Ghost, and Angela.
That's how good I am. That's how good I am as a writer. But I digress. Noma ends up confronting Effie about the coke, because she was like, this ain't my coke. Like, this is not me. Okay? And so they put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, if it wasn't you, then who was it? And so Noma then puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that the coke came from Tariq. So now she is pissed because they had an agreement that he would not deal. So after that, we see Brayden re-upping with Zion, who can get it with his Lakiba elf looking self. Zion asks Brayden who's supporting the Russians, who's supplying them. And Brayden tells him no one, because dude was going to kill him if he didn't give him the tea. And so he was like, all right, bet. So now he realizing that this Noma chick is causing him to have some issues and giving him competition. Noma and Kane then pull up at one of Tariq and Brayden's parties and confront Tariq or whatever. And she was like, I know what you've been doing. You've literally been going behind my back. Did you think I would not find out, Tariq? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they was like, look, we got the blicky on us. You about to come with us. And right when his back is up against the wall, he spots Anya coming into the party. So he was like, hold up for a minute, and walked right past Noma and was like, Anya, dang, I didn't know you was coming. And so now Noma looking like, how the my daughter. And so she like, Mom, what you doing here? And she like, no, girl, what you doing here? You supposed to be on punishment. So Noma was like, get your ass in the car. We are going home. And she was like, Tariq, I am so sorry. Like, I did not know my mama was going to embarrass me. I don't know how she found me. So Tariq is able to escape death that night. And Noma was like, you got away now, but I'm going to see you again. Okay. I'm going to see you. All right. So now her and Kane want to put a price on Tariq's head because they are sick of him. They are sick of him. After they dip, Tariq then go to find Brayden to tell him what happened. And he find this doing coke. And he like, oh, fuck. Like, you? He like, dude, I ain't got time for this shit. Okay? And as he's reeling about that and what just happened with Noma and Kane and that they've been found out, his little girlfriend come around the corner and Brayden was like, oh, it's good. She know everything anyway. And he like, how do she know our business? You've been telling this our business. And the girl was like, I ain't gonna tell nobody what I ain't no snitch or whatever. And he was like, I don't give a about none of that. You a cokehead. Like, absolutely not. You don't need to know none of our business. And you got this doing this shit. And here go Brayden, don't talk about her like that. And it's like, what? And so Tariq was like, see, this is my problem with you, is that I'm out here trying to keep us alive, keep things afloat, and you just run your mouth and do and say whatever. And then Brayden turned it around on him like, excuse me, girlfriend. No, you make everything about you. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. Like, you don't even care that I gave up everything, my family and everything, to save your behind. Like, you don't never think about that. And so they end up arguing, going off on each other, and Tariq end up leaving. And I was like, oh, the boys are fighting. No, please don't do that. No, my God. No. Back over at the bar, Drew goes off on Monet about being a parent and ruining their family, his daddy. And when she sees that he literally is about to walk away from her for good, she apologizes. And he was like, well, you ain't never did that before. Okay, maybe you are trying to turn over a new leaf. And she says that, she really just wants to focus on family and the family business, but they need a supplier, like they need some product. And Drew was like, look, I'll help you out with product, but after that, I'm out. Like, I don't want nothing else to do with this lifestyle. I just want to cut so I can go on about my business and focus on my art. And that's why I feel like, once again, he's not going to make it out, because it's always that last move that gets you up. You know what I'm saying? Something gonna end up happening with Drew. So Brayden is at his little girlfriend dorm room, and she was like, he apologized for the way that Tariq talked to her, and she was like, it's fine. He always thought that he was better than me. And I'm like, you ain't no better than me, especially after tonight. And he was like, what you mean, especially after tonight? She was like, I put some acid in his water bottle. And he was like, what did you do? He was like, Tariq don't even drink like that. Like, girl, what the fuck? And so he dipped to go and find Tariq, goes to their dorm room and finds Tariq in there hallucinating. He in there tripping, like straight tripping. He's hallucinating, and in one of his first hallucination, it's him in the penthouse, much like his father, and he's holding his son, and Diana is by the door watching, smiling. It's like that. It's like a scene of her dropping the son off to be with him. Like, they're not in a relationship, but they're co-parenting each other. And she, they have a good co-parenting relationship. And she's like standing back watching them or whatever. And in the hallucination, I think that they had like the son or something getting shot or whatever. Then in another hallucination, he's surrounded by towers and towers of bricks of cocaine. And Diana was like, you told me, you would be done with this. You lied to me. And it's like they're in a relationship in this hallucination. And Diana ends up shooting him. And then in another hallucination, he's his father pretty much. And his alter ego himself is like, you're never going to win until you fully go into beast mode, pretty much. You need to go to that next level that your father could never go into. And he ends up shooting himself. He's like, that's the only way this is going to end, is if you take you out. Like, nobody else is going to be able to take you out. You're going to have to take yourself out. So that's why I said I can see Diana's and his relationship going that one or two ways. That's how I see it. I personally feel like it's more storyline if you keep Diana around with this baby. It adds to the stakes of things. So when he finally comes to, Brayden tells him that he thinks that he was roofied, but doesn't tell him who did it, which lets us know that he's not done messing around with old girl, which I don't understand why he wouldn't be after that, but this is Brayden. I mean, come on. Monet and Drew put together a little crew to rob Noma, and they set everything up. Zion pulls up on Noma at this 5-star restaurant and has her removed from his table because he got pulled like that, and basically threatens her in front of a business colleague. And I was like, okay, he didn't came put his whole the table, and I like it. I hate that they got him wearing this grill though, because he can barely talk with it. Like, please take the grill out. Enough. Kane, however, promises Noma that he'll handle Zion. He was like, he a little mid-level dealer. Like, trust me, I got this. Because Davis offered his help in assisting with the Zion situation because they got a relationship with one another. But Kane was like, no, I got this. Like, my name hold weight around here. I got this. We gonna go and holler at old boy. We don't need security and none of that. So Davis ends up going to handle the situation with the white guy that she was doing business with. And because, after what just happened, she was when it came to this business deal. So Kane and Noma then pull up at the underground fight club or whatever. And Kane steps to Zion on some, hey, homie, this me right here. Don't disrespect Shorty. If you do, we gonna have an issue. And Zion was like, oh, I ain't know that she was, attached to you. Like this show. And she was like, look, don't call me no bitch. I don't need no to protect me. Like I'll handle you myself. And so he keep on being disrespectful when it come to Noma. And so to really show Noma that he nigga, Kane was like, all right, since you want to keep on talking, meet me in the mother ring. So he was like, all right, bet. They get in the ring, they fight it out. I hate that the fight was like this long. Like they could have went further with the fight. I didn't like that they had it be so short of a fight. You know what I'm saying? And the rule in the Fight Club is no weapons. But 5 seconds into the fight, they have Zion cheat by taking some brass knuckles. And I was like, y'all, this is where I hate power, because y'all build these villains up to be so menacing. And then when it come time to get into action, y'all have them be like, this is what he does is fighting. He shouldn't even have to cheat. He shouldn't have to cheat. Y'all should have just had them going square heads up, one-on-one without the cheating part of it. And then, like I said, the fight was so quick. And with him being an in-ring fighter, obviously knowing how to do MMA and all of that type of shit. Yeah, Kane is a street fighter. He know how to throw punches. But with somebody that know how to physically go heads up and doing like MMA, he should have been able to beat Kane's. I mean, let's just be real. But this is power here. I mean, you can only ask but for so much. So Kane ends up winning the bout because Zion cheated. Tariq and Braden talk on the rooftop, and Tariq was like, I'm about to be a father. I gotta control every piece on the chess table. That's the only way I'll be able to protect my family. My dad did a lot of dumb that I never agreed with, but I got a lot of him in me. I realized to get what the I want, I have to use all of him. The good parts of him, the bad parts of him. I gotta become the apex predator. I love that speech, and it goes back to everything that I've been saying to y'all. I've been saying it. Here's the proof. Here's my thoughts going on to season 2. Season 2, Tariq is heavily now into the Tejada family. He will continue to help Monet run this drug empire. He will continue to deal at the school with Braden. Him and Diana will continue to get closer and closer, but his eye will continue to roam towards Lauren and Effie. He will realize more and more how much he's like his father, especially when it comes to the women in his life and him having a wandering eye, not being able to commit fully to just one woman. And he will see how his father got himself in the predicament that he's in. Tasha's character at this point is being phased out. I think at some point she will come back. It won't be season 2. We might see her once or twice. She'll give Tariq a phone call when she ain't supposed to be. But for right now, her character's being phased out. I don't believe Tasha's character will come back until Tariq has a family of his own. And by that, I've been saying that at some point, Diana's going to get pregnant by Tariq, whether it be on purpose or by accident. Going to get pregnant by him. That's going to further solidify him being with the Tejada family. Because remember, he said, well, it always comes down to me, a gun, and my family. So remember, Monet said, the family's waiting. Foreshadowing. Now he's a part of the Tejada family, and him and Kane will continue to be on the outs with one another. And like I said, Diana will get pregnant by him, and he will have his own family. I don't see this series ending with Tariq going to jail or dying. I see him being smarter than his father and being able to work the system, work the game, get what he needs, and settle the down. I do see this show ending with him ending up with one woman and a family and doing right by his family. After f***ing up, he's gonna f*** up, but he's gonna do right by his family in the end and have the life that he wanted for himself and Tasha and Ghost and all them. Once again, this is coming from a writer's mind. I knew that that's what they were going to do with Tariq's character, especially with Diana being pregnant, where he will realize that a lot of the decisions that his father made weren't easy decisions. It was based off the circumstances that he was in. And now that Tariq is getting older and placed in the same situations, he'll see that, dang, it wasn't just so black and white when it came to the decisions that my father made. And maybe I am more like him than I thought. Maybe I'm just like my father. Tubo, maybe. They need to have that on the season finale episode. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. She's never satisfied. That is the perfect song to end Power with. If they can get the rights to Dove's Cry, oh my God, that would be perfection. Okay. So at that point, he reaches out to Anya to link up. And she's down for it. And I like that they said that they want him to become the apex predator, because that reminds me of Randy Orton, if you're a wrestling fan. So after that, Carter is at his crib talking to his dead wife. I knew that was crazy. I knew that was crazy. Wife dead and gone, and he around the house talking to her like she is alive and well. And I was like, oh yeah, this is crazy. And they show a picture of the wife. And once again, am I tripping, or in the original Power, was there I remember a nurse getting killed and Ghost being at a hospital with that scub cap on and that vest and a sweatshirt underneath, and him witnessing it and it running like off in the background. And for some reason, I think that Tommy was there too. Like, am I tripping, or did this happen? I don't know. But Diana decides that she's going to keep the baby, and Tariq was like, I'm ready. Like, I'm going to be here. We're going to do this. So she invites him to her first ultrasound. Noma ends up Davis, and I was like, yes, girlfriend, you better get your back cracked by a grown man. And I'm loving that she both of these niggas going to have both of them helping her, protecting her, working for her, and all that. But I think what's going to end up happening is, and this is my assumption, this is my prediction also, Kane is going to find out that she's Davis and get his little feelings hurt. He's going to get his feelings hurt, because I think that he actually likes Noma, but he always has had ambitions of running his own, right? So I think that either he's going to end up taking her out himself in the end, or he's going to end up getting her set up. Because once again, I still think that the element of Obi's family is going to come into play. I think that they're going to end up aiding Tariq in this war against Noma. I really honestly do. And I think that, like I said, either Kane is going to set her up to get killed, or he's going to end up killing her himself. And I think that he's going to end up taking her organization and taking it over to London to run it himself. And then that way we'll have an American over there in this London territory. I think that they're not going to get rid of Kane's character. I think they're going to move Kane's character over to the London show. And a lot of you seem to not know, but it's already been greenlit for there to be a Power London version. So that's happening. So that's why I'm saying this. So like I said, I think that Kane will be a part of the spinoff franchise for the London Power show. So you heard it here first. This is my prediction. Monet and Drew end up getting caught trying to rob Noma by Carter, Detective Carter, who we find out is a dirty cop. I mean, we already knew he was a dirty cop, but we really found out in this episode that he is dirty, honey. Dirty. And so he demands that they not hurt any civilians in their drug tirade or whatever. He's like, y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm giving y'all permission, but no civilians can be hurt in the process. And if they do, I'm going to take you out myself, or I'm going to get you locked up. And then he also demands 35% of their profits. And so they looking like, what? Like, so now you agree to blackmail us Like, huh? I'm like, what? Okay. But he ends up recognizing one of the crew members because he was wanted for shooting a civilian, and he ends up killing the dude. So now they have him being like this vigilante that's out here trying to avenge anybody that was an innocent bystander or an innocent person that got killed. They should have just had him being just a regular dirty cop, because the fact that he's now in this vigilante stuff and talking to a dead wife, it's like, what, girl? What is happening? But okay, whatever. So Diana has her first ultrasound. They see the baby. She automatically thinks that it's a boy, and she is confident in her thought process that it's a boy, and tells Tariq that she wants to name him Lorenzo. And this is another reason why, like I say, it's going to go two ways, but I really am leaning more towards they're going to keep Diana alive in the end, because Lorenzo St. Patrick, it just rings so good. But then again, I can see Lorenzo St. Patrick being on a tombstone. So good. So he even agrees that the baby name should be Lorenzo. Diana asks him about Salim. She was like, because I have not heard from him. He was like, I don't know. I went by the house. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't know. I wish that the writers would have had him telling her the truth. This was because with the relationship they have, like, there's no reason. Well, I guess he can't tell her the truth because he don't trust her like that yet, because of everything that they just went through. Okay, so I'll take that back, because I was going to say it would have been fire if he would have told her, I got rid of her, period. He tried to kill me. You know, he was on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't sit the down, and I end up having to take him down. But that if they would have wrote it that way, then that honestly still could have worked with the way that scene wrapped up. Because if they would have had him tell her he bodied Salim, she could have been like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't want my child to be around somebody that could do that. And I don't want to be involved in this. I got a baby to protect. Like, I know you said you want to help, but you know what? It's best that me and my baby just do it ourselves, and had her leave. I think that would have been honestly a little bit more believable, more realistic. But however, in the scene, he lies to her, and he tells her that he doesn't feel like he has to be out the game to protect them. He was like, he doesn't want to be like his father and act like he got 1 foot out and 1 foot in. Like, he was like, I'm in it. I'm going to be in it. This is my life. I've accepted that. And I know I can protect you and the baby still. And Diana was like, well, hey, that don't work for me. And she was like, bye, Tariq. And she leaves. And that's the end of the episode. So, I got a lot of predictions coming up in a predictions video, like I said, after watching that little teaser trailer. So be on the lookout for it. I'm going to give this mid-season finale episode a B-. It was good. It was good. A couple of loopholes here and there, but overall it was good. I'm ready for the last 5 episodes to see how they're going to wrap everything up. Let me know how you guys feel about my predictions. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.